Alright, so it's September 20th, and it's been a minute since I've done some video. And so at this point, I got both fenders and the front hood and everything all nice and dialed in and blocked out. I kicked on a ton of primers so I can get one to the point where I can just smoothen it out, get it all glass finish. But at the same time, I wanted to highlight some of the additional features in the design that I actually added to the car. And so basically everything that you're looking at in burgundy is all the stuff that I actually added to the design. And even though structurally they are different, even painted, I think they would have looked good if I just painted the car like that. But between the canards, the actual fender flares on the side, headlights, the gills on the side for the air extraction, the center, obviously, I think that shit is badass. I mean, I'm really excited by that. I don't know about you, but I like that shit. But aside from that, the bottom lip I've redone a couple of times. I really like the part that I did right here in the white. It's obviously one piece, but I basically just primered it white so that way I can kind of accentuate it. I doubled it up tonight. The little red part right there is extra. I was trying to figure out how I can camouflage the fog light that I have under there. That's basically going to be the fog light height, so it'll be tucked away where you can't see it like that, but obviously you can see it coming down the road, and it's kind of centered. I'm kind of a stickler for everything to be centered. It doesn't look bad from the side. Originally this piece down here I had to go around it. I thought maybe I can make it a little bit more aerodynamic and flow, but it just got to be really busy right there. It's like overkill. So had to scrap that idea, or throw it on the floor, as they say, and it is on the floor. My next step at this point is to get everything just really cleaned up, do this bottom lip. I'm gonna probably go ahead and mock up that second piece that you see right there in red, do it on the other side, and probably glass it in the next time I get a chance to work on it. I got a lot of things going on right now, so haven't had a ton of time to be working on the car, but I am trying to get involved and get in it because SEMA is coming up. So I think my next step that I'm going to be hunting for is like weather stripping and stuff like that, because right now my parts are getting to be, really close and dialed in. I got flanges and stuff on them, so at this point I need to figure out method of attachment and my seam lines and make sure when this thing is wet, places are closing really nice and tight and clean so water doesn't flow into it. I gotta have my gutters and stuff added in. So I'll be hunting for those type of companies that actually had that kind of stuff, which I have before, but at this point in time, because I know my dimensions and how much spacing I have around each individual part, I kind of know a little bit more of what to look for. So that's where I am at this point. So the rear has been sanded and straightened and blocked and whatever. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in my car, but I got other things going on at the same time. I got some new vacuum bags upstairs. That's why those are pulled out and sitting on top of the car. I'm also considering too, instead of doing a clamshell design back here, is literally cutting the center of the car and having the hood open up more or less like this. No different than like what a Koenigsegg, Huracan, a lot of the other exotic cars open up like that. They'll be putting saddlebags back here, or the when you talk about the luggage or whatnot, I think is just rather obnoxious. It's really not that serious. The motors still have a lot of display space with it to open up like that. I think it's way more accessible, to be worked on, just the same. I got a lot of mechanics I might have for these vents right here, and I don't want to have to engineer that into this whole clamshell to be opening up and whatever. So now, since the whole body is straight, I'll go ahead and frame it underneath it, so that way all I got to do is just cut it out, put my hinges in, and I'm done. So it should be easier since I already did that to the front clip here, because obviously, as you know, this whole front clip is all one piece, and it literally just comes forward like a Corvette, or actually like the Zonda. So I thought that was a stupid design too, in my opinion. most exotic cars I know are like that, but when it comes down to working on them, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So this opens up in the center. You got your radiator right there, your fans, suspension. The suspension is going to be moved over probably like, I don't know, maybe 4 inches or whatever on either side, because the body was just way too narrow when I had the first state of my chassis done before. So that's going to be moved. But my design is actually part of adding in this emergency bumper right here. So I ain't trying to kill myself. So I got my battery back there, rack and pinion. There's space that's allotted here for the AC, and also the reservoirs for your brake components. And that is pretty much it that's going up here up front. So you got your radiator. I got my mock-up radiator down there, mock-up fans, even though I actually have a fan shroud over there from my Chrysler. I will probably eventually put that in here because I want to actually blow some air and make sure that the air is extracting out of here the way I need it to be. But I don't see no reason why I shouldn't. I really don't. But I actually have a fan over there, so I can do that experiment if I want. I think it'll make for a cool video. Because I got some ideas on how to do almost like a wind tunnel with some smoke and whatever. But anyway, so got to get some Bondo and get my fan shroud, because it's just a mock. Well, it's beyond a mock-up. I mean, I mocked it up and it's glassed in. Just got to get it all nice and smooth. Got my hood locks down there, as you can see. And then also cover up this whole hood too. You see I've improvised, but whatever. Just got to make it smooth. Everything lines up, as you see. So, I mean, and like the car is not even like dialed in, but everything lines up. So I'm excited about it. So, oh, and I actually gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna frame in my emblem right here. So that's next up too. But once all this is all done, my bottom lip, I'll get down and do the framing for the windshield, and at that point the whole car will be lined up, and then I can start figuring out my door hinges. The last time I played with them, I didn't have my clearance the way I needed to be around the pillar right there on the side. It was actually really frustrating. I mean, really frustrating. But again, you just gotta sometimes just walk away and work on some other stuff, because there's plenty of other things to work on, and just get back to it. I thought about doing the doors like the Wyra, but the doors on this car is just a little wide. They're really thick. They're 7.5 inches at the top, right here in this area, and then the overall thickness of the door when it goes up. And I'll try to insert a picture right here. You can see what I'm talking about, because I've done it before. And you know, so I kind of know what it looks like. But that means I got to cut my hood, and not my hood, the roof line. And I've actually redone that roof line to be perfect. So I really don't want to have to cut into that yet again for a design change. So that's what I'm up against the next time I start playing with that door. Worst case scenario, I got some regular door hinges for it to open up normally, like the original design calls for, if I need to. They're already over there in that box. So that's my last ditch effort of getting the door done, if I just need to get it done. But that's not my MO. Usually I get things done when I set them out to get done. But hopefully I can get another video done in another week or so, and at that point this bottom lip should be redone and painted. Everything up here should be color sanded and all nice and smooth. And I don't know, maybe frame in the windshield if I get a chance to do that.